There's a horse out there. His name's Gringo. He's an older horse. He's solid white, and he's blind in his left eye. But he likes to buck people off.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the We're Away podcast. My name is Summer,
Hey, Mark here.
and today we have.
Tim.
Chris.
It's really great to have you guys. You guys are the leaders of the Rodeo Club, so that's really exciting. That's why you guys are here today. And we are the leaders of the Win Club, so we wanted to have this conversation about what it's like running a student organization, especially a new one, and how has that been for you guys? What kind of challenges have you guys faced starting it up?
I'll say first off, it definitely has like a moments of really good outcomes and then really poor outcomes. So we'll get a lot of interest, a lot of involvement, and then before you know it, a couple weeks later, it's like no one wants anything to do with the club, and so you kind of feel like you're fighting to get more support, more involvement, and then we go on spring break and everyone comes back and forgets about it.
The participation is very difficult. Yeah, with such a small campus.
Yeah, it was rough when we first started because all the faculty that we would talk to was like, oh yeah, this is a really cool idea, and then we wouldn't hear back from them.
Yeah, that is tough. We face the same thing, opening our organization and, getting members and stuff. That has been difficult, just participation on campus. But what has been rewarding with you guys starting? What kind of accomplishments have you guys had so far?
So our rodeo team at the start of creation, we were like, we need a rodeo team. We need to get a rodeo team. And now that we finally started working towards that, we're training every week.
That's really cool.
It's coming together now.
To be an actual team instead of just
Right.
an organization, which is
Exactly.
great to have the Western Club. But I think a rodeo team or just a team in general on this campus is something we definitely need.
Something to kind of represent the school outside of just our campus or this footprint. So yeah, it's really cool seeing that come together. It was just a vision or an idea when I first got here, and now that we're actually seeing the pieces kind of fit together.
Yeah.
We're still taking people for the rodeo team. If anyone wants to join, please.
Yeah.
If you like to ride, rope, or if you don't know how to rope or ride, but you want to learn how, you can still come out and practice with us. So
We talked a little bit last time about the origins of you guys' organization, but I wanted to hear from you. Like, did you hear about another university having like a rodeo team, or how did that come about?
So, especially in Texas, a lot of your universities have some kind of Western organization or the rodeo teams. So A&M, College Station, Tarleton, Hillsborough College. A lot of these other universities have rodeo teams. So they do bronc riding, barrel racing, roping, bull riding, and they have what's called NIRA. It's the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association.
Oh.
So you actually compete against other colleges. And so it's something I'd like to see in the future. It's probably not going to happen right now, but in say 5 years maybe, we'll have like a more robust student organization with the support facilities and all that to actually start competing in the collegiate level. So
That'd be so cool. And me and Mark are not rodeo people, so what does the Rodeo Club do? What do you guys do? Like, you guys are such a mystery with you guys' lassos and the quads. So what do you guys do?
Oh yeah, and then you mentioned training. Can you tell us about the training as well?
Yeah.
So right now we're in the crawl phase right now. For all of us, because it's all been a while since any of us have ridden, competed, or just done the events. So we started just by learning how to lasso. Now we're on to learning how to ride better. And then somewhere down the road, we're going to combine the two, and we're actually going to start doing the events that we're going to be competing in.
Oh wow.
Also, like hosting them.
well, you go into
Or competing
in them.
Yeah. That would be cool.
So what we've done is we partnered up with Bloor Ranch. Bloor Ranch already had a couple people that they had on their ranch. It's a ranch rodeo team. So there's a difference between like a rodeo team that does all the traditional rodeo stuff versus a ranch rodeo. It's not like the Killeen Rodeo or Belton Rodeo that most people go to. Ranch rodeo is a little bit different, and they have roping events and ropeless events. So some of it you don't even have to use a rope, and you're just on a horse. So we've been working on cutting and sorting. So if you have a group of calves that you got to sort, or they'll tell you, go pick this number out of the herd. you got to use your horse to sort them,
That's
separate
so
them.
cool.
That is cool.
That's so cool.
That's something that we're working on as a ranch rodeo team, and then just getting the basics down. Some people have more riding experience than others, and some people are brand new to it. So we're kind of building a foundation so everyone can move up together as a team.
Well, and all these things are things that our new members can look forward to trying and learning for themselves as well, right?
Yes, absolutely.
When do you guys meet?
For our weekly meetings, we meet on Thursdays. That's going to be on the second floor, Warrior Hall, room 214.
I want to say 211, 214.
214 or 215. It's the conference room.
The conference room.
Right outside the elevators.
Yeah.
You can't miss us.
I wanted to ask about, I know you guys have another dance hall coming out,
Yes.
coming pretty soon. Can you tell us about the experience and how other people enjoyed going over there and what their experience was like as well?
Yeah, with you guys' last event, because you guys had a dance hall last month. So
Correct.
how did that go?
So our last one was amazing. It went way better than we ever thought it could. So we're gonna host another one on April. Wait, no, not
Well,
April.
we got to figure out a date because the current one had to get postponed, fortunately, and we'll start pushing out new dates here soon. Sorry.
No, but like you said, we're gonna have to push it, but we're gonna add more stuff to it.
Mm-hmm.
The mocktail, mocktail is a plan. We're still gonna host the dance floor, and then we're hoping on adding some more, like a little bit of a surprise in there for y'all.
Oh, surprise.
Ooh. A surprise is crazy, especially coming from these two. No, that'll be exciting. That'll be super exciting.
You mentioned mocktail. I'm not really sure what that is. So can you explain what people do for that?
So the mocktails it's pretty hard to get alcohol on campus right now because of the red tape and stuff. So instead of having alcohol, we're just gonna have pretend alcohol.
Oh,
Sparkly drinks.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun looking
with
cups.
some flavors, some nice glasses, something to kind of make it feel like it's alcohol.
it'll be like a fun little bit of role play.
It's more of the vibe than it is anything. So it'll be separate from the dance floor. So the first floor is going to be all the catering, or at least the main course, the dance floor. Everyone's going to be down there. If you want something a little bit quieter, more like an intimate setting, and just like mocktails and finger foods, and just kind of socialize network, then you can go up to the terrace on the second floor.
Oh, so this will all be on campus too.
Yes. Yeah,
That'll be
that's
so good. That'll be great for students. Yeah, because a lot of events, like, they're during the day where they're when you have class and stuff like that. So having that opportunity to do
Yes.
something outside of class is
The
great.
WarriorCon, because we know that they wanted us to help out with WarriorCon next Monday, but a lot of us
I'm
are
in
in
class.
class. Yeah,
I'm in
because they want us
class.
to go out and do line dances and stuff, but we can't do that if we're stuck
Yeah.
in HR class or, or whatever.
For
So
sure, absolutely. But what other events other than you guys' line dancing events and teaching do you guys have like planned? Maybe not coming up, maybe they're not. We don't have concrete dates. But what are you guys looking forward to doing?
So actually, we just got done with the event. What was it called? The one where we did the roping.
for the Warrior preview,
Yeah, the Warrior preview day.
where we set up the rope and dummy and a booth.
Yeah,
out
that
there.
looked like a lot of fun.
It was.
There was a lot of kids out there.
We got a ton of high schoolers to try their hand at roping. A lot of them were really good too.
Really?
Some of them better than me, but we want to do like some more events kind of like that, to kind of get people associated with. Oh yeah, we're really
We're
on
really
campus.
out here with a rope.
Exactly.
No, that's really cool. I think that's exciting, especially working with like maybe the next like generation of Warriors coming in, and you guys
Yes.
can do more events with like maybe the Warrior Scholars and stuff like that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, and it sounds like people have really enjoyed the events you've done so far.
Yeah, I think our biggest issue right now is preserving the club after we leave, because I think pretty much everyone in the club, aside from the advisor, a couple other faculty members who associate with the club, will all be graduating and leaving
At the same
at
time.
the same time.
Yeah.
So we need someone who's gonna
With no hope of us being being on campus.
Yeah. So no masters type vibes, like no.
if I do a
hopes
master's, it's
of-
probably gonna be online.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, so you're looking for people to help you pass down the torch. Then.
Exactly.
On campus.
So
Yeah. We're
that's-
looking for you guys.
Oh yeah, if you're interested, definitely join up with the Rodeo and Western Club.
Yeah, and how can they contact you guys if they are looking to?
My email is almost on every flyer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm the Tim that if you go to the bottom, it says, please contact Tim. That's me.
Them.
Put a little picture of the flyer up on the screen.
Yes. Yeah, we can do that as well.
But yeah, he's the main point of contact. I get overwhelmed pretty easily. I'm a fairly busy guy on campus, so anything that has to do with the club that he can handle, I just let him take care of it so I can.
And that's good. You both have leadership skills. You can
Right.
delegate those type of things. Yeah.
Other events, the trail ride. We were going to do a trail ride the same day as Word Preview Day, but logistically it wasn't going to work out. So we're looking at pushing that still this semester. We don't know when, but it'll be a trail ride with the horses in the back of the campus and all the 200 something acres we have.
That's exciting.
So
What if someone has never rode a horse before? Can they still join Rodeo Club?
Yes.
Like, what can we do about that? Because are y'all going to teach? You guys have people who will teach?
Yes.
Like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, so there's
So,
lots of resources.
yeah,
You guys
so
are
at
doing
Ballora
everything.
we have people who, I mean, you get the lessons for free essentially. If you're a part of the club, you get the lessons for free. If one of them can't help you, I'll be there to help you. Or someone. If you want to get horse riding lessons, you come out to Ballora Ranch with us, and you'll get on a horse.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
so
good. Yeah,
exciting.
I'd be a little bit worried if like falling off, getting hurt. But yeah, if we have people like you able to help teach us, like people who've actually been doing this kind of stuff before, yeah, it's a really easy way to learn horseback riding for the first time.
Speaking of falling off, there's a horse out there. His name's Gringo. He's an older horse. He's solid white, and he's blind in his left eye. But he likes to buck people off. So like he's a good horse to ride. Like
Just feisty.
yes. And if he doesn't want to run, and you kick a horse, you don't kick him, but you tap him on the side to get him to start get him into a trot or a canter or whatever. If he doesn't want to do it, he's gonna buck. So there was a time out there we were in the arena and we were just kind of warming up. We had just got out there and I gave him a tap and he didn't do nothing, so I tapped him again. Before I knew it, he was up in the air and I caught myself on the horn from falling off in front of him. And Gavin, one of the guys out there, one of the ranch hands, he's like, "Yep, that's
they have their
that's
own
Gringo for
personalities.
you."
That's what I love about horses. We were talking about that last time, that I had some experience with like therapy horses when I was about 18, and it's really life-changing. They're such smart animals. I think they're smarter than dogs. And I think they're great. They're really, great animals.
Probably nicer than cats too.
For sure,
All
nicer
the
than
cats I've
cats.
had, I don't know why, but they just always like to just go up to all the stuff you just put up, and then they'll just swat it and make it
See,
all
and
fall
horses aren't
down
doing
for
that.
no reason.
Horses are not doing that. What type of other community service are you guys doing? Because I know you guys, I've seen some of your Instagrams cleaning up that ranch and everything. What other things are you guys looking into doing as well? Maybe somebody out there will see it and you guys can get that opportunity to help out in the community.
Right. I mean, we're always looking for any kind of partnership. We're heavily involved with with Bubba's, their marketing manager there. Dana's been a huge help. So having that relationship has been very beneficial because she'll benefit the club, and in return we go help her out, providing. They'll do events at the school. She's also a school counselor at the Killeen Elementary Schools. So we'll go, and when they have events there, we'll go support that. So it's like a give and take.
Right.
We help you out, you help us out.
Yeah, it's a good collaboration.
And so that's kind of the same concept at Ballora, is that we donate our time to helping out the ranch, cleaning it up, taking care of the horses. In return, we get to ride the horses. We get to, train as a rodeo team, stuff like that. So really just any kind of partnership that's out there. I'd say Ballora and Bubba's and the Killeen School District are the first major things that we've gotten involved in.
And that's
as
a
part of the
great,
community.
you guys are so new. That's a great accomplishment for sure.
Oh yeah, and just to make sure, so for those that are interested in coming down to the ranch with you guys, should they come find you guys on one of your Thursday meetings, or should they email you? Like, how should they contact you? And before just heading out there,
You can contact me.
Get to Tim! Get to him!
and don't feel weird about it, because I've had a ton of people contact me about the dance, about going to the ranch. So even if you have questions about the club and you don't know if you want to join it yet, just ask me some questions, and I'll either answer them, or if I don't know specifically about it, I'll ask our president, and then I'll get those answers to you.
I'll probably ask my advisor, honestly.
Someone's going to be asking questions.
Somebody's going to be asking questions, and you will be getting answers. So.
Okay, so yeah, if they see you, then they can ask you about whatever questions they have, and they could also email you too, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so what does Western culture mean to you guys? Are you guys from like the area? Like what is your personal relationship to that?
For me personally, I didn't necessarily grow up rodeoing. Grew up in the country, from Texas, small town, but just rodeo wasn't a part of the family. And a lot of times people are born into that, or they find their way into it, love it, and that becomes their lifestyle. And that was the case with me. So rodeo itself has kind of become my hobby, my lifestyle. But Western in general is just more of a lifestyle than it is anything else. It's and a culture that's very rich with a lot of influences that make it up. So, I'd say that for me, that's kind of how it is. It's more of a lifestyle than it is anything else.
Yeah, I didn't grow up with ranch culture or Western culture. I lived in the suburbs of Killeen most of my life. My family moved out into the country pretty recently. I'm not going to say recently. It was like at the start of high school. But we moved out into the country. I got associated with a therapy ranch near Salado, and I loved the work there. I loved being just a ranch hand. We'd go on trail rides. I loved that, and then they eventually moved. And so this program, going to Blora, being with those therapy horses and those group of people, that's what I really wanted to get back into.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so excited about this club.
Right.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really interesting because it's really easy to imagine, like, somebody they grew up with, that kind of rural lifestyle, like they've been in the life like the entire time. But you guys say that you kind of
Adopted.
yeah,
it
you
in
kind of
some sense.
they adopted into the culture, so that's good for anybody in the audience to think about, because I know some people might be like, okay, that sounds
Right,
fun,
this isn't
but
me.
yeah, I haven't done this before. It sounds strange, just a little too different, but anybody can come and learn to love rodeo, Western culture, and any of this kind of stuff. Yeah, you can really learn to love it.
Yeah, we compare it to like, or a lot of times we'll joke and just say it's like a bug. Like, once it bites you, you can't get rid of it. And before you know it, you bought your first pair of boots. Now you're wearing jeans with your boots, and then you got a hat, and then a few years later you got a horse, you got cows.
Yeah,
You just-
Exactly.
Everything.
So
You get a truck.
it'll grow on you.
Absolutely.
But and we also joke around that Yellowstone made cowboys cool again, because
Yeah.
a lot of people just kind of forgot about the Western culture
That's so true.
up until then. And so now that Yellowstone kind of came out, and I mean,
Country music's back.
country
like,
music,
like it
yeah,
never
so
left.
it was back in style, which is nice.
Country music never left.
It never left.
left
Right,
from my
back
heart.
like it never left. That's great. What platforms can we find you guys on? Instagram, like all that. Like, where can we find you guys?
Right now, just Instagram. We're working on getting a Facebook and connecting the two. That's pretty much it. We're still working on marketing ourselves on social media, which is working so far. We've had people from even CTC reach out about the club.
Oh wow! Yeah.
So maybe if they're looking to transfer over here, it'll give them something to look forward to. So it's working so far, but I know we can do better outreach.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you guys have a lot to look forward to, and we hope to have you guys on the podcast again. We hope to have a whole bunch of more episodes with you guys. You guys are hilarious. And is there anything else that you guys would like to tell the people?
Oh yeah, if you guys voted for us for Student Organization of the Year, appreciate you.
Yes, and even though we want you to vote for us, even though this is a rivalry at this point, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for coming on.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you guys for learning the Warrior Way.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.